This is my 2019 Ram 1500. I got these tires about probably 3 days ago, and before I bought them, I was trying to find some information online to see if anybody had them, anybody's reviewed them, and I couldn't find anything at all on YouTube or online. There's some videos out there from overseas, but I live in the US, I live in Texas. So I went ahead and got them. Only reason being is I saw that they were made by Saloon, and my brother has a set of Saloons as well, and they look very similar to this. So I went ahead and got them. I stepped up on size. Normally these come with a 275/55. I went ahead and got the this one's upside down, but you can see a 285/60/20. I did go with an LT rated tire. So you can see around me I have trailers and everything around me. Tows a camper, tows a skid steer, tows a tractor, and just random things from time to time. Even my side-by-side, and with the P rated tires, even with about 44 pounds of air in them, the sidewall would just kind of bulge and it wasn't super stable. I pulled my camper this weekend with these at about 45, 46 PSI, and they feel a lot more stable. They're pretty quiet. I've only put about 150 miles on these, so this is not a long-term review. This is initial thoughts. Honestly, I do like them. They're quiet as of right now. This may sound weird, and I do apologize for all the road noise. I'm in the parking lot here. They are as smooth or smoother than my old highway terrains, but they're firmer, if that makes sense. Everything's nice and smooth, but because they are LT rated tire, they are a little bit firmer, and I'm also running more air in them. I believe I'm running about 38 in the front. Right now, because I don't have anything hooked up to it, I lowered the air pressure from that 45 or so that it was before. I think I'm at like 40, 42 PSI, so I didn't lower it a lot, but I did a little bit. And honestly, these have a really good looking trail block. These are not going to be your fancy Toyos and your Nittos and anything like that, and I get it. These probably won't last as long, but they also cost half as much. The equivalent set of Toyos and or Nittos, I was looking about 1,600 plus tax, and this was exactly half of that. So, you know, as long as they last 40, 50,000 miles, I'm completely happy. They seem to have plenty of sipes in them. Sidewall is not super aggressive, but honestly, I didn't really want anything super aggressive. I wanted something, a mild all-terrain. I don't do any hardcore off-roading. I have a Jeep for that, but I do go on trails. When we go camping, we go out to the beach. We have property that I go on, so I just needed something more than a highway terrain. And I wanted just a tire that was a little bit tougher than just a regular P-rated tire. So this is what I went with. The truck is completely stock, no leveling kit or anything, and these clear perfectly. I do plan on eventually putting a leveling kit on it, maybe a different set of wheels. But honestly, these fit the truck really well. It kind of gives it that OEM plus look. Nothing crazy. I didn't want anything to stand out or anything. Like I said, maybe next year or something, I'll put a set of wheels on this truck. But just specifically focusing on these, again, they are the Rovelo Ridgetrak AT2s in a 285/60/20. They do have some stone injectors in there. The only thing I will say negative about these tires so far is that I have noticed they pick up rocks. Actually, this is a perfect example. And whenever you're going on the road, they will plink off and you hear them hit. I do live in the South, so I don't really worry about rust or anything like that. And even with this size, they are tucked up underneath the fender well, so I don't have to worry about them throwing them down the side of the truck. That's really the only bad thing I can say about them. They ride really smooth, nice and firm, a little bit firmer than it was before, but not a rough ride by any means. They handle well, nice feel on the road. If you're kind of zigzagging around or in some turns and maybe doing more spirited driving, they feel just fine. They feel great. Unfortunately, this is August in Texas. It's hot and it's dry, so no rain performance yet. I'll update y'all as I put more miles on them and rotate them and all that. I'll let you know how they're wearing. The truck currently has 112,000, like 800 miles on it. So as we put miles on them, I'll go ahead and do another follow-up video, but hopefully this helps somebody if you're looking at their Rovelo tires. Again, they're made by Saloon, and Saloon has Rovelo, they have Black Hawk, I think it's called, Saloon, and a couple other different tires that they also manufacture. Yes, I understand it's just a Chinese tire, but I've had, like I said, my brother runs a set of these, and actually I have another friend of mine that has another set of Saloons and have done extremely well for them. So I wanted to go ahead and give these Rovelo tires, the Ridgetraks, a try. And again, I am actually very pleased with them so far. Just a quick look at the tread blocks. Like I said, it's nothing super fancy. You know, you're not gonna, I wouldn't expect the Netto or Toyo Falcon quality out of these, or at least longevity. I do believe they're a perfectly fine, safe tire. This is our road trip vehicle whenever we're pulling something. Otherwise, we take the wife's car and she runs Pirellis on those, on that one. And I do understand they're not going to stack up to a Netto or anything like that. You got to understand, I'm usually run Falcons. I'm a big Falcon guy. I've loved the AT3, the AT4. I'm not a big a fan of, but I didn't feel like spending the money on this at the moment, just because who wants to spend $1,600–1,700 on a set of tires at the moment? Just didn't seem feasible or doable right now. So I went ahead and got these, and I'm actually really happy with them. Like I said, went camping, a little bit of dirt roads and things this weekend. They look good. They're not super aggressive. They're super quiet. This truck does have exhaust, so I can't hear them over the exhaust. And it's not loud, it's just magnaflow. But yeah, overall, very happy with these tires. I'll keep you posted if anything comes up and as they wear.